Okay, onto this part where we have to be able to deal with skew lines. Now for skew, for lines to be skew, it has to be this case where the lines don't intersect each other, okay, but aren't parallel either. So that means they don't intersect and they're not parallel. So I need to show both of those things. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is look at their directions. It's not a multiple of 1, 0, 1. There's nothing I can multiply 1, 0, 1 by to turn it into 2 minus 1, 1. Therefore, they are not parallel. So all I need to do is show that they don't intersect. Well, we saw in a previous example how to find an intersection when there was one. We approach finding showing there's not an intersection the same way. We try and find out what would happen at an intersection. Okay, and then we show that it doesn't have one. So at an intersection, remember, we look at the x's and the y's, and then we check using the z's. So the x and y bit should go as normal. So the x bit, what's the x bit from this line? So r, remember, is x, y, z. So x is 1 plus 2s. So 1 plus 2s from the first line, s that should be. The x bit from the second line is just t. So 1 plus 2s equals t. And the y is saying that 5 minus s equals 3 plus 0t, which is just 3. So here I'm definitely not going to use my calculator to solve simultaneous equations, because the second equation, 5 minus s equals 3, just means that s is 2. And if I substitute that into the top equation, 1 plus twice s, which is 1 plus twice 2, which is 5, is t. So s is 2 and t is 5. So it was simultaneous equations, but exceptionally easy ones. Okay, so if these lines are going to intercept, this is what s and t have to be. Okay, now what we do is we check with z. Okay, so with z, okay, 4 plus s is what I'd get from z here, 4 plus s times 1. So using s equals 2 equals 4 plus 2 equals 6. But the other one, which is 5 plus t would equal 5 plus what's t? 5, which equals 10. Okay, these are not the same. So that means the z's don't work. If I make the x's and y's match, the z's don't match. Therefore, no intersection. And because they are not parallel, which I showed at the beginning, parallel, therefore, if they don't intersect and they're not parallel, therefore they are skew lines. And that is my conclusion. Don't forget, in any show that question, you do have to end by drawing the conclusion they told you you had to draw. So that's skew lines.